All right, guys, here it is. I finally got it. This is my Thunderbay belly boat float tube. It comes with the fins, a repair kit, one paddle, and a dual action pump. This thing's pretty sweet, and for only $119.99 from Amazon with no shipping and no import and deposit fees to the Philippines, it's an awesome deal. It's pretty big. It has a 350-pound capacity. It's made out of polyester, polyvinyl, and here's the price. This one looks just like this Go Plus that everybody's reviewing on YouTube. The difference is on Amazon, it's only $119.99 with all the accessories, and everywhere else it seems to be going for $199 to $235. It looks exactly the same. Let's check it out. Alright guys, I've been waiting for something from Amazon and it just came in today. It probably took, I don't know, maybe like 30 days, maybe almost a month to get here, but it's probably going to be worth it. So let's go check out my new belly boat. Alright, here it is. I haven't opened it yet, haven't touched it. On the side it says Thunderbay inflatable fishing boat. So I'm here in the Philippines, so Amazon doesn't ship quickly. It takes a good 15 days to a month when you get the free shipping deals, and that's what I did. And then a Ninja van delivered it here to me in the Philippines. All right, let's set it up, open it up, let's see what's inside of it, and put it all together. Let's go. All right, here it goes. Weighs a few kilograms. You can hear metal rattling around. Maybe that's the paddle or something. Just be careful opening it up because it's inflatable, of course. So be careful here. Pull up on the box so I don't accidentally slice my inflatable belly boat. And luckily the way they packed it, they put all the hard stuff on top, so you're not going to pop anything. Alright, everything seems to be brand new, wrapped up. And they've got a pump. Even though this is a cheap paddle, I really like that it comes with a paddle. It's just one less thing. If you wanted to bring it out with you, you have a paddle. These are aluminum. The paddle's plastic. I'm guessing this spins counterclockwise. Then you slide the aluminum piece in. Crank it clockwise. And then you have, oh, okay, it's the same thing. Plastic plugs on the end. Let's get that out of the way. The other freebie that I was looking forward to seeing are the fins. I've got my own force fins. I've got the real force fins for scuba diving, and those are the best fins in the world. But I'm going to try these with my shoes on. So it's a flexible but stiff fin. This just looks like a real basic model. So it's got a spot where you put your heel in. Got a buckle that's going to go across the top of your foot. And there's the piece that fell off. That's going to go on there. And this will go over the instep of your foot. So I'm going to test these out. When I go out to the beach tomorrow, I'll test these out with the float. Let's set these up. Is in this package. It was $119.99, and that was free shipping and no duties or customs fees. And it included the pump, the hose with the accessories, and the fin. These are heavy. These feel pretty heavy. They're not super cheap bladders. So I'm guessing these are the seats. These are the square seats. And that's why the pump has different adapters, is because this is the kind that you would pump up like for a kid's toy. I'm guessing that's going to be a seat. Oh, these are a lot heavier and thicker. These are your standard valves that you have on an inflatable kayak or some kind of inflatable boat. So let's lay that one down. We've got a red one, so I'm guessing they're color coded. for one side or the other. We've got the other part of the seat. So one part's the bottom part of the seat, one part's the top. And it looks like there are some extra valve rings that go around the valve. Tiny patch kit. So you've got a green and a red patch in one, a green and a red patch in another, so you match if you do get a hole and you patch it. I don't see any glue or anything else in the patch kit, just the patch. So either they're self-adhesive, they don't give you glue, or they forgot to put the glue in. Now, here's the main part of the belly boat. Let's separate everything. There's still more parts in here, guys. Let's spread it out so you can see it. So there it is. It's camouflage material. First impressions on the feel. That's pretty heavy duty. It's not too thick though. And then the bottom has some kind of canvas on it. So that's going to protect against any scrapes and rubs on the rocks. In the back of it, there's netting. And actually this is pretty decent netting. It's not cheap. This is pretty thick netting. That's going to hold up well if I want to put stuff in there. Got the pockets here. And the place to put the seats. Let's get that out of the way. We're almost done. Looks like we almost have everything out. Here's the table that goes in front of you, the soft table. It buckles on. Then it has more buckles over here. We'll figure out how those all go in here. And then of course there's some pipes that will slide into here and lock it in. And 2 pieces of plastic, looks like PVC. And there's a bigger end on one side, smaller end, so they connect together. I have 2 straps in here. I'm not sure what they're here for yet. I'm guessing they're going to be for the backpack. So 2 swivels. 1 on each side. I'm guessing this will be to carry it as a backpack. Let's put those out of the way. And last but not least, there's a user's manual. It's not really much of a user's manual. It's 1 piece of paper. All right, I just decided to take some pictures. It's actually because I couldn't read it. The print was really small. Everything's all on 1 page. So I took pictures of them and blew them up so I could see them a lot better. And in case you have one of these and you lost it and you wanted to look for something, here's all the information about how to pump it up, the parts and everything. Hopefully these pictures help. So these are Boston valves. There are 3 pieces to them, or 3 parts to them, I'd say. So the threaded part needs to thread into here. If you haven't had any inflatable kayaks, inflatable anything before, that's going to thread into there. And then if you just hold that, you just unscrew that top cap. You can see there's a little flap inside of there. It's kind of hard to see. There's a flap, so it's a one-way valve. The air pumps in and it can't come back out. So first make sure these are tight. Let's do that. Just get a quick look. This is the bigger valve, so this is the one for the Boston valves, and then one of these smaller ones will be the ones for pumping up the seats. It also says don't use an automatic inflator or any kind of CO2 compressed air. Well, I have an automatic inflator for my paddleboard, and it tells me the PSI and everything. It doesn't even say what the PSI should be on these. So it just tells you to pump them up, and then once you put them inside the pockets, then pump it up until all of the wrinkles are out. It doesn't give you a PSI. So that's one sign that this isn't real high quality. There's no drop stitching in here. It just tells you to pump it up until the wrinkles go out of it. The directions say to pump it up about 30%. That way you can fit it into the float tube and then finish pumping it up. So 22 pumps on each side, and they've got some form. And in the instructions it did say make sure nothing is twisted or folded up when you put these bladders in. Because if you try to pump it up and it's twisted somewhere, it's going to pinch. And that's probably where it's going to break or pop. Let's pump these up and then check them and see if we did everything right. So here it is as I'm standing up. I'm 6 feet tall, and this, as the bladder sits in here and is curved and everything, this comes right up to my chest, right under my throat. It feels firm. There's a test you can do, but this is usually good for higher end inflatables. But I'm gonna feel the midsection. So as we have the float here, I'll feel the midsection part of it, which would be right here, and I'll push on it. I'll use my thumb, my fingers, I'll push on it. I should be able to get about 1/4 inch of a depression in there. If I can't get anything, it's way too tight. If it's too loose, it's just gonna be sloppy and doesn't have enough air in it. With this, I'm not sure. This says it's made by Thunderbay, although it looks like exactly like some other brands that I've seen online, and there's no PSI rating on it. So I'm guessing you pump it up just until it gets all of the wrinkles out of this, just like it says in the instructions. All right, so now we've got the pouch and the spreader bar. Let's connect those. Make sure they're pretty much lined up so they're straight. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're actually Velcroed shut. So there's Velcro inside of there. I was wondering why it was difficult to open that up. And the key to this, because these are actually sharp. This is just PVC ground down at a 45-degree angle. These are sharp. So the key to putting these on, and it kind of mentions something in the instructions, but it's not too clear, is to make sure this is in the pouch and it stays in this pouch. You want to make sure that this does not stick out of the pouch like it is right now. I want it to be all the way inside the pouch, because the pouch actually helps it from poking the rest of the boat, which I didn't do. All right, let's check it out. So with that pouch in here, put the pouch in the hole on this side. Making sure that the pouch is in there. Now the other spreader bar. Put that in there. So now as we're checking this out, we can see it better now. I remember seeing something in the instructions about these. These are like a thick, not so thick, I mean a hard foam pad with Velcro. I'm guessing these are going to be for straps, but here, or these are going to be for, I don't know. We're going to find out what these are for. I'll read the instructions again maybe. All right, so let's buckle this down. And this is what's going to keep the bars locked into place. So we have 2 tie downs or 2 buckle straps to hold it down and pull tight. So we've got 2 bladders. Let's look at them side by side and see if there's a difference. There is a difference. So the red one is considerably bigger than the green one. So I'm guessing that the bottom seat is going to be the red one. I think that's where I'd need the most flotation. But let's measure it and check it out. And this, I'm going to have to say you have to be careful pinching it. These bladders are not as heavy duty as those side bladders are. That looks like the only way it's going to work. So red for the bottom seat and then green for the top. So these Velcro straps go right down here. The load capacity on this is 350 pounds. So I'm 220, 225 pounds. This should give me room to bring my fishing gear, all kinds of other stuff. So from side to side, it's about 39 to 40 inches wide, totally inflated with the spreader bar in it. Let's check the length. I'm just going to measure it straight across from the top and the back to the spreader bar. You're looking at about 47 inches, and then to the tip of the pontoons, about 53 to 54 inches. Buckles are 4. So I just saw these laying in the back. So you've got some seat rest. This is what's going to keep you up. It's kind of like a kayak seat. So these will buckle into here. And then you could adjust them for your preference, whether you want to lean back more or sit more forward. Okay, let's check out our pockets. The zippers on the pocket are about the same quality as the ones in the seat. They're just standard zippers. There's nothing special. They're not thick. They're not heavy duty, waterproof, anything like that. Okay, so of course in the pictures on Amazon, these are bowled out and flared out because they're probably stuffed with paper to make them look like it's a big square tackle box. But there's nothing in here. You need to put your own stuff. There's a soft divider in here. And then if we look inside, you can see it's just sewn up here. So there are no side pockets on it. No side pockets. It's just a center divider. I'm actually going to find some Tupperware containers that are going to fit inside of here. I might find 2 that go here or a big one. But actually the way this is sized, I think this is going to fit my little mini tackle boxes perfectly. Alright, so inside the first part of the pocket, it's about 8 inches to the divider. And then from that seam, another 8 inches. Now there's a little bit more space, but let's just be fair and say it's 8 inches by the time you zip it up. And then the width of it, I'm going to measure along the inside all the way to here. You're looking at about 6 to 7 inches wide. And then the height, actually it's better to measure from the outside so you can see it. And then the height, if I measure from the seam just up to the top of the camouflage, you're looking at about 5 inches. So actually the pockets are pretty big. Let's see if there's any difference. Sometimes different pockets are for different things. Let's see if this has that same soft divider or if there's something else. Nope, same thing. Nice. All right, here's the other buckle. Forgot to show you this one. This is the buckle that goes up between your crotch, buckles and holds you in. I guess that's handy in certain situations, but if it's uncomfortable, you could probably just undo it. Okay, now, this is what I like. This is a big net area right here. This is actually measure worthy because if you want to get one of these and you want to know if your tackle box is going to fit back here, or your tube, or extra fins or something, let's take a look. And I'm going to say you've got 15 inches. You've got 15 inches, and you can see the tube right down there. I'm not going to say 16 because 16's up on the tube. From the back of the seat to the tip of where the pontoons come together, you've got almost 18 inches. Almost 18 inches. Space to the top of that pontoon, you're looking at about 10 to 11 inches or so. So I've got a tackle box. I think it's going to fit in there fine. Okay, so where to put everything? Where am I going to put my fishing rods? I've seen a lot of people making things. Oh, okay, here we go. Look at that. The more I look at it, the more I see new things. So this looks like a fishing rod holder. Actually, this is probably the paddle holder. So you've got Velcro here, and you've got Velcro here. That looks like a good place to put your paddle. I think what I'm going to do is I'll put my tackle box here. My tackle box has built-in rod holders in it. I can put 3 rods in it and everything. Of course, these are just big pieces. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet. But I'm guessing you could put something across your lap. So there are 2 of them. This is the Thunderbay belly boat. Thunderbay. I'll be posting the test, and I'll probably be out on the water maybe tomorrow or the next day. So I'll post another video soon telling you if it's really worth it. And for me, being 220, 225 pounds, what it feels like and how comfortable it is to kick and or paddle. I remember earlier I gave you the dimensions for this, like how wide it is across, 15 by 18 by how deep. Well, it doesn't seem that important, but my whole thing was when I bought this, I'm like, yeah, I've already got a tackle box, and I've got this China-made tackle box right here. It's got 2 rod holders here. It's got a rod holder here, pliers here. I mean, it's got everything you need in here. This tray comes out, and there's even more stuff in there. So this would be perfect if it fit in there, but it doesn't. Look at that. So I'm going to need to get another tackle box. If I want a tackle box with rod holders, I'm going to need the next size smaller. It doesn't fit that way. It doesn't fit this way. It just doesn't fit. It's too big. So that's why I looked at this realistically, and I want to give everybody dimensions and a real review, because I'm not paid by anybody to do this. I got this for myself, for my own pleasure. Even if it's for hanging out at the beach and sitting in the water, paddling around. I'm going to be taking this out fishing, doing stuff. And you need to know if it's going to be a good float. Even if it's only $120, that's $120. All right, guys, we'll see you out on the water. Here's where the straps go on. Of course, they're fully adjustable. Here's that crotch strap that goes underneath. This is light. Does that look big? I'm the coolest kid in the schoolyard. What's up now? I can just cruise around. Of course, I don't need it like this. I could probably ride this on my motorcycle. Ride straight to the beach, and then just hop off and go in the water. Oh, let's see. All right, so on Amazon it says this is 16 pounds. That might be the box weight, because I don't think there's any way this is 16 pounds. Maybe with the paddle, fins, and everything that comes with it. So go. 4.9. What is that? Is that on kilograms? Get it closer. All right, guys, there it is, the Thunderbay float tube, 350-pound carrying capacity with the dual action pump, fins, patch kit, and paddle. I'm getting ready to go out to the beach, so I'll take this out and do maybe a rougher water test and test it with the paddle and some other things. I'll probably test it with my force fins too, just to compare the fins that come with this. So once again, here's the link. You guys can see this on Amazon.com. Click like, give me a thumbs up if this video helped you out. We'll see you in a couple of days.